another edition of the Pokémon Ruby Live Shiny Only Challenge, where I play through the whole or the entirety of Pokémon Ruby, a game released in 2004, at least in Europe. And the only rule is basically only shinies are allowed to be used. And I put some, at least one new one into my team from Emerald. And it's the, remember when I caught a shiny Teddiursa in the Safari Zone? Well, it knows pickup, which is also nice, and this time I will use a Pokemon that I actually never really use because I don't like bears. I don't like, my older viewers know I'm not fond of Teddiursa, and yet, why not, you know, have it part of my team at least once. And I think with the moon on its forehead, or I guess her forehead, and also the name Ursa Minor, of course a reference to the constellation of the same name, meaning small bear. Specifically Ursa from Latin. Ursa means the A indicates female gender, so it's a small female bear. And well, I'm an astronomy nerd, you know it. It is just absolutely perfect, I think. And yeah, I get to use a Pokemon that I essentially never really use. And who do we have here already? Fari Charmeleon, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Good luck, thank you, darling. Oh, hey there, Kaiser comes in. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? You have bad news? Oh. I am once again engaged in one of my most destructive hobbies, playing Oh my god, I thought you had me for a second. I thought I was about to read very serious news, like, oh, the friend that I have with cancer, she passed away or something. For a second I was just mentally prepared to read that. But yeah, thankfully it's not that, and hopefully you won't get too addicted to Stellaris. I know how it is when you get addicted to something. Just pick your addiction wisely. Make sure it's nothing destructive like hard drugs and gambling. Those never really go well. Oh, hey there, Philip Farrell. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Got all of my patrons here, or not all of them, but quite a lot of them. Fari Charmeleon, Kaiser Kamazin, and as of latest, Philip Farrell. You should consider using a Sunkern on your team. Yeah, that will be, I mean, that is definitely something I should look into. I know you really like Sunkern, and I mean the thing still stands. If you want, do you want shiny Sunkerns? Do you want the evolution as well? I'll just give it to you since you've donated so much. That's the least I can do. Already have almost 2,000 hours into Stellaris. 2,000 hours? Okay, that is, like, since when did you have Stellaris? First off, I might want to know that because, yeah, if, I mean, 1,000 hours is a long time. I don't even have that into my Emerald, and I have my Emerald since I was a kid. To be fair, I have to say that sometimes as a child I played for a very long time and didn't save, because I just was like, okay, no, I don't like where this is going. I don't do the same anymore now, but I do remember as a child doing that, so that explains why some hours aren't there. I got the game in 2018, but still, that is a lot of hours. Played it almost every day when COVID happened. Yeah, also got a lot of hours into Animal Crossing during the pandemic, and then I just got full of it. Like I didn't pick the game up anymore after 2022. Not Sunflora. Sunkern is perfect as it is. Oh, interesting. You don't like Sunflora? Right, so I'm stuck here at the team thing, basically. Right, so I think the last time we hunted under the sea, I did get my, at least, did I get the shiny Relicanth? Actually, no, I don't think so. I think that was where I was last at. Let me check. It's not here. This is the emerald one, I'm pretty sure. Yes, indeed. I mean, I can tell by the trainer ID. And yeah, no, I don't have it yet. Alright, so let's do this. I need... Do I really need you? I don't think so. I do, however, need a Pokemon that can use Dive. Or else, well, that's not gonna work out. And there we go, that should work. As I remember correctly, the Relicanth has a attack at that level where it can hurt itself. And that is not good, at least that's not a good thing to be using a False Swipe then, because you can already guess. Or hurting yourself in recoil and then having 1 HP, that's not the best idea. Exploded. Basically haven't played Stellaris since 2022 either. Oh, you're picking up on it again though? Are you dangerously close to a relapse? A relapse of Stellaris? Sounds like we're doing drugs here, but it's video games. Oh, what are you addicted to? Oh, you know, Stellaris. What about you? Oh, Animal Crossing. What about you, Pokemon? Don't do Pokemon, kids. It's very dangerous. It will ruin your life. Alright, because I'm using Pokemon Box, I have to do this. Apparently Astrobot is really good. I haven't tried that one. I mean, the last time I played it before this week was like September 2023, so a year ago. And that was like for 15 minutes of just testing mods. And then you were like, I've had enough of the game. I mean, some pilots have thousands of, just checking for the, there we go. I think I'm gonna do that again then. The saving. But yeah, some pilots have thousands of work hours into their profession, if you really think about it. That's how I always relate when I see, like, on Sonic Adventure 2, I have multiple memory cards with 999 hours, so 999 hours. And that's just one. I mean, I have more than that. And it's crazy. Well, I mean, just to think I have as many hours into a game as some pilots have in basically flying a very complicated craft that is essentially multiple tons of metals that we keep in the air through engineering and of course the Bernoulli effect. But I'm rambling on again. Looking for underwater, route 124, Relicanth. And here it is, a square one. I think we're just gonna hunt for that one, and then should we get it? I think we should maybe continue the story for, well, it's time for Groudon then pretty soon. And it goes fast. Oh, hey there, Emo Kid. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? I'm doing good. I might actually be able to move again, which is interesting. As in, still pretty much stay where I am now. But in the... essentially, I live in an apartment. And I have the option to move into the largest apartment within that apartment complex, if that makes sense. So I'd go from 61 square meters to 71 square meters. And I'd have a garden, so thinking about it. Discussing the, basically the finances on can we do this with my husband. And my parents, or our parents of course, because hooray, looking for a job for what, is it 2 years now for me? Yeah? For my husband it's even longer than that. Alright, that's not a shiny. Oh what? Sunflora is your least favorite Pokemon of all time. Oh, that's very interesting. You know, those are the kinds of opinions that if you would make a top 10, Philip, and you would say my least favorite one, basically from the same family or branch as your favorite, that would make me like turn up the volume and listen to the YouTubers say and explain, because that's a very interesting opinion. I don't know how to say it, but I wonder why. Like, you love Sunkern and yet Sunflora you don't? Would you want or wish for a different, like a branching evolution? Alternate universe evolution, whatever, a different one? But yeah, that's very interesting. Close to relapse? I already have. Oh, okay, the event horizon has been crossed. It's now only ways down, I see. You'd rather not it exists. That is very... okay. Also, I thought of something you can do for me as a form of repayment for the donations. I'm all ears, Philip. What would that be? But still, don't feel bad about asking for shinies, you deserve them. Just tell me any, and... or maybe non-shinies, whatever you want, really. Shall name one of my colonies Omnis after this one stream I watch occasionally. I wonder who that is. You should check them out sometime, Jonna. Yeah, I think I will do that. But, you know, I think she always streams at the exact same time as I do, and just such a weird coincidence, you know? Kaiser, what is pregnancy like? I saw the picture of your thermostat, and it does kind of look to if you just look at it for a microsecond, you think a pregnancy test, but it's not. Whatever the number with the Fahrenheit means in terms of pregnancy. Does it say your baby is hot? Oh wait, that is kind of weird, but... I've seen so many memes online with pregnancy tests, and basically the... sometimes... I mean, it depends, there's a lot of them. But some of them have a model where basically when you are pregnant it's a cross. And then I've seen it with the Super Smash Bros. Invitation meme. As in, my wife got invited into Smash Bros. Ah yes, that's what the internet is for. But yeah, hopefully you're doing better now. If any cravings? Well, I am eating a bit too much chocolate lately, I have to say. Sunkern should just stay a Sunkern forever, it's literally perfect in my eyes. I see, there's definitely pre-evolutions that I vastly prefer over the evolutions. That doesn't necessarily mean that I hate the evolutions, but for example, Litten is just so good. Or, Sprigatito, those are just such good kitties, you know? Those just good cats. They're wonderful, they're already perfect. And I'm not against the last stages or the middle stages. I still think they're really good. It's just that the first stages of these kitty cats is just... I mean, if I had one, at least if Pokemon were real and I had one, definitely keep the pre-evolution as a pet. Because, come on, it's a cat, like literally just a house cat. I wonder what Sprigatito would barf out though, like not really fur balls, but what will come out of that grass cat. With Litten it might be a bit more dangerous. I hate Charizard because it steals the show away from Charmeleon. I'm with you on this one, at least. I don't hate Charizard, although I think it's one, if not the most overrated Pokemon out of all of them. And I'm with you. Charmeleon out of the 3 is my favorite, which apparently is a rare opinion. Oh hey there Ahmed, welcome back to the stream, how you doing? Going for a shiny Relicanth now. A square one. Change the background music to a Mega Man playlist would make me happy just for a little while. Actually, that's a good idea. I mean, Mega Man music is just completely a banger, and it shouldn't get me into copyright trouble, at least. I don't think that it will get demonetized later. Let me check for a good playlist. Right, I think I found one. 1 to 10. Oh yeah, that's amazing. Weed balls. Oh boy, then that would be a stoner's dream. Like, imagine it just, instead of coughing up fur balls, it coughs up buds. Every single stoner and every single college kid is gonna want to have one of these. It's a green cat that barfs up. Okay, that's what happens when you have adults talking about Pokemon. Very strange stuff like that happens. But yeah, I think that would be pet number 1 for a lot of people. The Smash Bros pregnancy test. Of course, I've also seen it as in the bro smash, but yeah, I don't think I need to elaborate. And here we go again. I actually want to keep the chats tamer than that. If that makes sense. Today I've been craving baths. Oh, that's very dark. You had a nightmare. I'm sorry, I know how it is when you have a nightmare and just the sentiment of that nightmare that you had. Just if it sticks to you for the whole day and you tell people and they say it's just a dream. And you know that, and they know they mean well, but it just sticks with you and feels like you can't really talk about that with anyone. Well, at least punching rocks, I hope you didn't hurt yourself. But hopefully you're doing better now. And yes, try to think of, or at least, do you have something that radically shifts focus? Because maybe I try to do that. That sometimes helps me when I'm stuck in a mood like this. I need a Sprigatito now, yes. I mean, that would be a dream for so many people then, basically. Charmeleon is better than Charizard? Absolutely. Oh, hey there, Kryto Skywaker. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? I'm doing good. I'm still waiting for, like, I applied to various places. I'm anxiously awaiting any answer, but until now, still nothing. Just play fluffing a duck for 2 hours straight? Oh god, what is that? Do I want to know what that is? Or is it better that I'm oblivious of such information? Because I do have morbid curiosity, but I really shouldn't look up every single thing I'm curious about, because that is a mistake. It really is. Doing good, just need my rest soon. Tomorrow's gonna be tough. 16 hours of workday. Wow, that's a lot of work. Yeah, then you definitely deserve the rest. And just do things that you really enjoy. Are you serious, Amit? That's not good. Because I do know that you have a lot of dangerous items at home, and you know, just saying the quiet part out loud, I'm worried that you know, would use them on yourself. So maybe talk about that with your mom, who I think you trust a lot, right? I don't want anything to happen. That would be terrible. Stellaris start has been straight awful. Are the eyes already tired and dry? Is it like from watching or just staring at a screen for 10 hours? Are you having auditory illusions? It's royalty free by Kevin MacLeod. Oh, it's a Kevin MacLeod song. Okay. I like his stuff. I mean, it's everywhere, but you gotta give it to him. He just gave everyone basically free music to use without any copyright. And it is, some of his works are very iconic, I think. Okay, still nothing. Did I do the good delay? Yes, I did. I think this one should be male, yes. So square and male, so I'm gonna have two shiny Relicanth that you can later choose from. A guillotine. Yeah, that's what the French used still in the 70s for executions. We need to bring that back, but please not for Amit. Amit should never be in one. I'm thinking of a different person group, and here we go again with politics. It's your fault, Kaiser Kamazin. I'm just gonna blame you, okay? Spawned next to a group of raiders, which are basically mercenaries that you can pay to attack other people. But they are very strong and not something to trifle with at the beginning of the game. Oh, kind of like running into these heavily armored guys in Fallout when you're basically starting out. So they have late game gear on and you have basically nothing. And, well, yeah, long story short, you get curb stomped. Of course, you get curb stomped. Not to mention they can transform into the Kanate mid-game. If you get unlucky. Not aware of the Kanate. This isn't even to mention the space amoebas, which hate me for some reason and keep attacking me. No, every single time I read the word amoeba, I mean, I know what an amoeba is, but I keep thinking about these brain-eating amoeba that are definitely real. And I always remember that being the reason why I wasn't never allowed to swim in just wild waters like lakes and all that, or rivers. Well, first, I'm not a good swimmer, still I'm not a good swimmer, so maybe that's not a good idea, especially you never know how currents go. And some of these currents, even a Olympic game's swimmer couldn't save themselves from that, so a very bad or pretty bad swimmer like me, yeah, forget about it. But my dad did say that one of the reasons why he always insisted it was also the brain-eating amoebas. There's horror stories of people getting them in the nose, and then the amoeba making their way up to the brain, and yeah, it's grim. And there we go again. You can, if you made a bingo card, you can go to questionable topic. You can strike that one, and you can also go for the morbid one. And if you get a bingo, just type in bingo in the chat. You'll definitely learn how to love life, Amit. I also thought at one point, yeah, that wasn't possible. I'm not seeing a future, but I guess just focusing on the things that I have that others wish for has helped me. Relearning gratefulness is one of my favorite themes from Mega Man. A lot of them are great. I mean, which ones are my favorite? I really like Solar Man in 10, that was nice. Jewel Man's theme. What's the UFO one in Mega Man 9? What's his name again? It's not Spaceman, that much I know. But his theme is also amazing. Oh, there's so many of them. Like, it's Mega Man, the music is always really good. It's a song that goes bra 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 beep 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 bo 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 beep beep beep. Pretty sure that's the SpongeBob reference. I still remember that episode so well. Oh, hey there, James. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Yeah, yesterday I got a lot of Tentacools as shiny, even though I wanted a Tentacruel. But I didn't get one. And yet, I did have fun. And right now, I'm looking for a Relicanth. Hopefully this doesn't take as long as the one on Emerald, because please God, no. If this takes too long, I'll definitely switch and try to get the Groudon. Or at least progress in the story for a bit. And I spawned next to an empire that was made, or that are made of militarist, authoritarian xenophobes. Oh, yeah, you know, you don't want to spawn right next to militarist, authoritarian xenophobes. That's like 3 things that are red flags, and they're all of them. Yikes. Very much yikes. Basically the US. Yeah, I mean, the US wouldn't be the only one though. To be fair. Which are the exact opposite ethics I am. I am xenophile, egalitarian, militarist. Yeah. Well, you're gonna have a very fun neighbor then. The Kanate pronounced kan and ate. Kanate. Like the past tense of eat. Thank you for clarifying. It's basically the Mongolian horde, but in space. Alright, that does paint a picture. Not an easy threat to fight, especially if they are right next to you, I'd imagine. I mean, the real Mongolians, they almost conquered Europe. They were crazy. They had a lot of area that they got under their nails. Dude, I should totally start a Yana bingo card stream. And I think I'll really need to get around and ask my husband to help me with a you know, these just not meme templates, but just using Photoshop or such a program to make one. Classic was talking about a bingo card. Yeah, we definitely need them. I've seen the Khanate take over like 5 systems before dying, or 1/3 of the galaxy. Jesus. If you get unlucky with their spawn. That sounds very interesting though. Am I mixing Stellaris up with another game? Because I remember, wasn't Stellaris in the in development hell for very long? Or was that Citizen, what was it called again, the other one? Citizen something. Jeez, I'm really bad with names. I eat brain-eating amoebas like cereal to save people from them. Ah yes, with a nice side of Burger King foot lettuce. Must be very, very tasty. Maybe tomorrow I might work on making my own bingo card. I obviously can't put anything I would normally do in the streams, as it would be silly. Just the rest of what usually happens in stream. Yeah, usually what happens. Morbid topics is essentially seems to always happen. You have some ideas? Ah, Star Citizen, I think that's what it is, yeah. I was interested in the game because apparently you can visit a lot of real star systems that I, of course, Astro nerd in me wanted to see. But I just remember it being in developmental hell. Give you an idea, I only play Stellaris games with a galaxy size of 1,000 stars. Well, that's very small in astronomical terms. So I've seen the Khanate take over 333 star systems or so, jeez. Genghis Khan got nothing on the Khanates. Oh, hey there, Kinox, welcome back to the stream, how you doing? Oh, new PFP? Morbid topics, politics, roleplay. John is sad. Yeah, John is a you thing, definitely. Rebellion against Jonna. Sushi pizza. You get the idea. Yeah, there's a lot of them. Although the sushi pizza seems to get a bit rarer nowadays. Speaking about narcissism and 4chan stuff. Yeah, if I'm talking too much about that, you can just say no, please don't. But I do have a fascination, maybe a morbid one, with just things that are extreme in a way. Not, of course, that doesn't mean that I watch extreme things. It's just some things like on 4chan, you just don't want to believe that things like that existed or were really happening. And I don't go, like, last time I've been on 4chan was before the pandemic even, because it's not worth going there. It probably likes Stellaris, honestly. You said Yana, woo! Very fun, and it combines a lot of hard sci-fi with soft sci-fi. Yeah, I think I... Do I also need to sink 1,000 hours into it? Which, I mean... If I take the time of how many hours I put into reading books or other stuff, it's definitely in the thousands. Right, 5 seconds. No, how could this be? What is the matter, emo kid? Don't be too emo. Even though the name is probably what it says on the tin. Always talented at one thing is, if you told me to study a subject like any subject in one day, I learn what anyone will learn in 2 months. I'm a fast learner. I wonder if I can give you a challenge like that. Like give you something to learn about, like something really freaking nerdy. Still hatching eggs? You can do it for the Riolu or Riolu or whatever. That's what it is about, alright. Yeah, he said the Y word, right? Crazy. It's too late now, no take backsies. It was autocorrect. You know what? My name always got autocorrected to something else. Always. Because so many, either word, many programs, many autocorrects on different phones and computers think if they see my name, they're like, no, that's not real. And then it gets autocorrected into something else. And now for the very first time, autocorrect actually corrected it correctly. Now I've seen everything. Go on, anything but math? Oh, okay. Because maybe I would like to see you, I don't know, talking about what you learned about a Googleologism. Must be your pregnancy brain. Yeah, and that's, you don't get cravings for food, you get you get the game cravings, basically. I was about to say Star Citizen, but no, that's not what he's playing. Just finished my last therapy session for the day and it was annoying as F. Some of them can be draining, yeah, unfortunately. This new autistic guy arrived and he doesn't stop disrupting the group, basically stalling it and preventing us from leaving. I don't know if he's doing that on purpose. Although it might appear so, some autistic people, like, it's a huge spectrum and some really can't read the room. Like, I'm somewhat able to read the room, not with... it doesn't come to me intuitively, but with, I don't know, with some rationale you can kind of definitely guess what's going on. Or he is doing it on purpose. I mean, I'm not saying he is, but yeah, that's a problem sometimes with group therapy. We had that as well. At least one I went to. Not an autistic person stalling, but was more like a... Well, it wasn't that person's fault, but was more BPD, so bipolar disorder, but the person had to change basically accommodations because BPD can be quite disruptive. Not that I blame that person, because I mean, they're there to get help, of course. Oh, hey there, ONR, welcome back to the stream. How are you doing, and what is your random word for the day? Towel. Are we a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fan, or is this random? Because sometimes ONR says something that's somewhat relatable, or maybe a reference to something he has eaten or what he's thinking about. At least, I'd like to think that I figured him out, and if I didn't, oh well, always there for some random words. Some more wise words from ONR, yeah. I think that has to be a bingo thing as well. Just ONR saying any random word. Feeling irritated, not gonna lie. Yeah, it is. I understand it. And it's valid that you feel that way. Just because a person has done something that is bad, but it's not their fault. That doesn't invalidate your feelings towards that situation. I think that's important to say. Some people, they start feeling guilty for feeling stressed. Even though, I mean, yeah, you can't leave early, and to be honest, I get it. It's just so much time is being eaten up by so much stuff already, by work, by school, by this. And I mean, yeah, therapy is important and all that, but I definitely understand that you'd be irritated. I'd be irritated as well. And I would say I'm a tolerant and patient person. You can find the legendary towel in Stellaris. Gives you tons of buffs. Really? Okay. Do they also have the babblefish? I wish I had one. A babblefish. You wouldn't even need to be a polyglot anymore. You can just walk around and talk with everyone. And I'd be interested to see if the babblefish would work with I don't know, animal speech. Because I want to know what they're saying as well. Probably nothing too deep, but I want to know what the dogs and cats are thinking. And the crows. Oh, hey there, human name. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Long time no see. Actually wanted you to know that a while back in July I did I bought a genetic test, as in from Ancestry DNA, and turns out I have like 1% Faroese Islands in me, as in genetically. So maybe we are related by 1%, maybe less, which is very interesting. Want me to study globalism for a day? I mean, I know what globalism is, but if you want to do that, then sure. I mean, doesn't school, has it started already for you? I think so, right? Or is it still, I mean, in Luxembourg it starts on the 15th. And I'm always used to these dates, but that's not how it is everywhere. Like in Germany and France, they're already starting to go to school. And I always get that mixed up, like if you're a very small country in between others who all have their own schedules going on, it can be very confusing. To reference South Park, don't forget to bring a towel. Oh, is that weird stoner towel? What is that about? I've only seen it in pictures and brief clips where I wasn't aware of the context, so I don't really know what that character is about. It's just like a stoner towel, I think. Ain't no way the enemy empire I encountered has a colony named Brighton. They're British, no way. Oh no, the Brits are in space now? Oh dear. Let's bring a little bit of integrity to their chat. Tegrity? Not integrity? No, just tegrity. Oh, you'll learn how to draw? Nice. What kind of drawing? Is it sketching or is it a specific technique? I mean, I'm still going for singing lessons. My teacher's very happy with me, and I'm also still learning more Italian and looking for a job still, which I'm anxiously awaiting the result of that. As in an answer, if they give me an answer in the first place. Unfortunately, sometimes they just ghost you. And with sometimes, I mean a lot. I swear when I get this shiny Riolu, I'm gonna go bonkers. Yeah, but then you deserve it. But it's a nice one. Do you have a ball that's gonna be in? I'd like to have one in a luxury ball. I'm 27% African, so I can say the N-word, just kidding. Oh, so you took one as well, Ahmed? Beef stew. Oh, don't make me hungry, please. If you're comfortable answering, what were the other percents? Yeah, I have no problem with that. So, think I'm just gonna post the results maybe in the Discord later on. While Mega Man boss music plays. But yeah, my percentages are as follows. I am 40% northeastern Italian, so that is where my dad is from, specifically Udine, which is a region in Italy where there's a lot of blondes and red hairs. So a lot of blonde people, strawberry blonde and ginger, which people are always surprised about, but of course it's a mountainous region. Of course there's gonna be people like this. And I'm 21% Germanic regions of Europe, specifically, of course, the most being Luxembourgish, which that tells me, okay, my parents, they were faithful to each other and I'm actually definitely a result of them. So in the Germanic languages, tree or countries, I have Switzerland, at least a little bit of it, Austria, Germany, and the Netherlands as well. So that's definitely interesting. And then I'm 15% English and Northwest Europe, or Northwest European. So I do have a lot of British in me. I wasn't even aware of that, and that comes from my mother's side, and she wasn't aware of it either. Of course, this is not nationalities, this is genotypes. And I'm 9% Wales, because both of my parents have a tiny percentage of Wales, which I was also not aware of. I'm 6% French from my dad's side, 3% Norway from my mother's side, which also makes sense from, also from my dad's side there's a lot of blondes, but especially from my mom's side, essentially all of them are either blonde with blue eyes or blonde with green eyes sometimes, in rare cases. I'm also 3% Balkan, 2% Scottish, which I like, most of this I did not know at all, and 1% Baltic. So yeah, that's very interesting. It even shows you like which side is from your mom and which from your dad. Okay guys, heading out to sleep soon. Good night and wish me luck for tomorrow. Alright, Kratos Skywaker, thank you so much for being part of the stream. And of course I'm gonna wish you good luck for tomorrow. Hopefully the shift will not be too stressful. And then get some good rest. Alright, so yeah, sleep tight and don't let the bedbugs bite. The other 63% Asian and 10% European. Yeah, but where do you get these numbers from? Like, I got them tested. They are not arbitrary. They're actually my lineage. Currently working on my family tree. Genealogy is what they call it. It's interesting. You're just doing random stuff. Math stuff as well. For those of you who don't know, human name is a math prodigy. Like, as a minor, already went to I think it was multiple math Olympiads, right? Which you have to be very good to participate in these. Speaking of the N-word, oh boy, here we go. I met Ice Cube last December. Okay, interesting transition there, Philip. Decided to chance my arm and ask him for the pass as a joke. Can I have the N pass, please? The madman actually said yeah. So I can technically say it, but obviously don't. Yeah, I've also gotten the N-word pass by other black people that I know. One of them attended my wedding and he was like, come on, you're good. Can I use the C word? Because there's also a word. Apparently I'm not allowed to say it here. But it's essentially the same word for... It's not the C-U and, you know, not that C word. It's the other one. It's C-R-A-C-K-E-R, which... That's a biscuit. And I think it's funny, actually. I don't think I don't feel attacked when people would call me that. Yeah, luxury ball is more friendly. That's definitely the perfect one. Okay, still... Also no accidental shiny until now, so... I'm a pod whale. How does that work? Didn't know they could live outside of the ocean. Well, we gotta ask the dolphins in Hitchhiker's Guide. So long, and thanks for all the fish just floating in space. We're falling like the French in World War II. I conquered the Brits' home system. They are still kicking it, but are much weaker. Or just imagine the Tories in space. That is a very frightening thought indeed. Imagine like a whole either planet, a moon, or a megastructure completely chock full to the brim with Tories. I think that's a nightmare. Just throw that thing into a black hole. Faroese ethnicity is basically just 50-50 Norwegian and Celtic. Yeah, and because I have both Norwegian and Celtic in me, I have a overlap with the Faroese Islands. Oh, your black friends let you say it? Yeah, in my experience, black friends are always like, oh, just say it, I don't care. At least from my experience. Ah, the random stuff was reference to drawing. Ah, okay. Just in general exploring the art, the craft. That's nice. You know, in the Discord server that I have a creative channel. Feel free to put anything, like post anything that you drew on there. Blood, that's the dry bread you eat with butter. Yeah, I mean, apparently I know a streamer who said that, and he made jokes about it because he's white as well, and his video got demonetized. Not banned, but censored nonetheless. A whole planet with every square centimeter covered in flats. Oh jeez. I think the scientific, or generally the sci-fi term for that, is a ecumenopolis, a celestial body completely covered basically in buildings. A city planet, or a city moon, or just a city space habitat. And in the case of, I don't know, a megastructure, you could essentially, theoretically, have a ring, like a shepherd's ring or a Banks orbital, just covered in cities. And you could have like quadrillion houses, and landlords would still find a way to justify you having to pay way too much rent. Now the Tories would thrive in the eternal shadow beyond the black hole. They'd find a way out somehow and threaten the galaxy, maybe even the universe. Yeah. Maybe so. There's context, there's difference between being racist and saying it in a friendly manner. Yeah, exactly. Context is very important, very crucial. Okay, I'm gonna hunt for at most 30 minutes, and if I haven't gotten the Relicanth until then, I'll definitely continue with the story, as to not waste too much time. Or at least that would mean more episodes. I don't think you guys would mind. But still, that's not the goal here, to make as many episodes as possible. I'm also on the egg RNG and the trying to get the RNG for my leaf green working, because I would like to do a leaf green shiny only challenge as well. Then it'd be even more restrictive. That would mean only yeah, basically only Kanto Pokemon. All the rest is not allowed. You can't trade them over. Like it would say cannot be traded over, unfortunately. I've tested it. Hate it when people say the N-word in Faroese. First of all, that's a gosh darn immigrant foreigner word. There's an N-word in Faroese? I wasn't even aware of that. Corrupting the language, and second but not as important, it's racist. Yeah, it is. I mean, mostly. I try to never say slurs ever. Interesting though that they try to make a Faroese version of a slur. My home planet in the Stellaris game is a ruined world, which is actually the remnants of an Ecumenopolis that has been destroyed. Ah, interesting. Can rebuild it later. It's like the... have you ever read the short All Tomorrow's book from a author called Kozman? It's a Turkish man who... It's a very short book. I even posted a convenient link that just happened to... You know, it just quantum tunneled into my Discord server under the literature channel, and you just can read some of it. And in that universe there's the Ruin Haunters, who basically are that. They are like a leftover species on an like ruined technology ridden world, and that's how they got a head start, because they reused they tried to understand the technology that got left behind by a much more advanced alien species. Just immediately made my brain think of the Ruin Haunters from that universe. Oh, you guys also love Altamars? Yeah, that's nice. It's interesting. It's and I think he's working more on it now. Like, there will be more to the canon and the lore. One of my friends woke me up at 7 AM by calling me and trying to pay me £10 to say the N-word. Okay, that's some interesting friends that you have there. 7 AM though? Did you do it? Would you do that for £10? But do you know where the Faroese part might come from? From my mother's side, because it's from her Norwegian side. So apparently one in our family was from there, at least genetically speaking. Not in terms of nationality. And yeah, that's from my mother's side. I have a itsy bitsy tiny little bit of furries in me, but it's like negligible. It's very small. It's funny though that I'm more northeastern Italian than I am technically Luxembourgish. Because funnily enough, my mom also has like 1 or 2% northeastern Italian in her. And that makes it jump to 40%. Bro, they call me the C slur and I just effing laugh my C and they are my N's. Yeah. I had a interaction like that as well, where someone called me that and his black girlfriend was like, shh, don't do that, that's a slur, and I laughed and I was like, nah, I am that. I just said it over and over again and I was like, look at me, I'm super white. I never take that as a slur. Omnis has a population of 3 billion right now. That's 3 billion people who... I mean, the planet needs to be pink. That's how it should be. if I'm the ruler of that world. Very Andrew-coded all tomorrows. Playing as a species named the Empirans. Oh, Empirans, okay. Which govern the stellar empire called the Galactic Republic Remnant. The GRR. The N-word has come to the Faries Islands. It's just the N-word, but it sounds vaguely Faries. Okay, that is definitely... like, I haven't heard of that happening. Them desperately trying to find a... basically translation of a slur. It does include an E, which makes it an alien word, corrupting the traditional family's foundation. Sarcasm for good measure, of course. Not gonna ruin my reputation. No, come on. I want to see a blue Relicanth. The lore is that they once controlled much of the galaxy but had a Roman Empire-esque decline. Oh, like a fall of Rome kind of thing, yeah. They are now returning to reconquer the galaxy. Jeez, I wonder how long that will take him. One of the reasons science takes a big role in my fictional story is because in my fictional world science became so powerful. Science now can manipulate the laws of physics to their use. Oh, so they essentially became reality warpers? Feeling a bit overwhelmed, not gonna lie. I mean, if you need to just lie down and not watch the stream or something, just do it. I mean, your well-being is above all else. They only try to do it because I'm the only white person in the friend group. I'm a biscuit in case YouTube Big Brother is watching, boy. Yeah, me too, but not a boy. Gonna take a break from shiny hunting, gonna watch a stream and vape. Alright, if that helps you. And yeah, the video call with your girlfriend. So how is it with a relationship like that where the partner is far away? I've never had one. At least not really that I would say Alright, let's see. What flavor vape? That's what emo kid wants to know. Give me a name for my next colony, please. Let me think. Any attributes to set colony? Anything that makes them stand out, or maybe something that you said as in the lore. I'm used to it and can wait, and she says she can too work hard to get back on my feet, save money and visit her. Yeah, hopefully that goes, so fingers crossed that goes well. Mint flavor. So is that like, is that to get off of these cigarettes? Am I understanding that correctly? I mean, I've never had cigarettes before. I plan on never doing that. And I've never had a vape before, so... Well, because nicotine is... I never consumed it, so... And I don't think I ever want to start doing that. But I've heard from a lot of people who used to smoke that they, in the end, could quit by phasing through vapes first. And then using things like nicotine patches. And then basically really slowly lowering the dose. And then apparently that's like the reason they got through the addiction. But I have to say, I don't know a lot of people who, once they tried cigarettes, could quit. Don't smoke, Yana. Anyone here? Yeah, I think that's very good advice. Earth-like planet that apparently has an airborne aphrodisiac. Oh boy, it's horny jail as a planet. Okay, that's definitely a quirky attribute. Is that game like is it kind of like Dwarf Fortress, where just the most random stuff can happen? If you've never played Dwarf Fortress, you definitely should. It's basically a D&D campaign, but you basically, I said basically twice, you are in control of dwarves who mine for resources, and it's like a text-based adventure, but it's hard explaining it because there's just so much that can happen. Like, your dwarf can randomly decide to become a wrestler, and then, I don't know, someone else befriends a werewolf, or the most random stuff can happen. And that just sounds like something straight out of Dwarf Fortress. Oh, the air has now become an aphrodisiac. Oh, you want to quit cigarettes? Okay. Science also becomes so advanced it allows to fuse between human consciousness and robotic bodies. So much so that can control the soul and other parts. Ah, okay, so science essentially has entered the magic category. Okay, that makes sense. Sometimes also called Clark Tech, from the author. Named after the author, who is known for his hard sci-fi works where there's tech that is basically so far advanced people call it magic, because it might as well be magic. Even the characters with what it seems like magic powers, they self-explain how come they got this power of science. I mean, yeah. Comes kind of close to what I'm doing, at least in theory. In my story they also use... I mean, it is a far future and it's hard sci-fi, so of course they're gonna use science, or very far advanced science. I mean, in my universe, my fictional world that I'm building, if like someone shot you with a gun, even in the head, if enough of the brain remains undamaged enough, your consciousness can get saved. So to truly die in that universe is really, you really need to go out of your way and do that. But it's a world that's usually so comfy and tending to all of your needs, there's just no reason to commit that, you know? Also, I think a word that YouTube doesn't like me saying. Well, that Halloween video I'm working on, that's definitely gonna get flagged. I just know it. Okay, still nothing. Yo, Jana, I need cool German names for some factions. I loved some suggestions. If you can, thank you. All right, give me some descriptions of the factions, and maybe I can come up with a name. There can be a lot of weird things that happen. Some is based on actual science, such as local fauna. Sorry about the yawn. Just unnaturally dangerous, or gravity is higher or lower thanks to qualities about the planet. Yeah, I mean, Super Earth is gonna have more gravity than a small moon or small planet like Mercury. Something like Kampfgruppensteiner. Okay, Something that just randomly came to my head would be Donutson. I'm gonna type that in the chat so that you know how it's written. It essentially translates to thunder anger, and it sounds really cool in German as well. And it somehow has roots in fascist iconography, because and here we go again with the morbidity, but I did study, not in university, but I did read a lot about, you know, World War II and essentially their iconography, the iconography of fascists, because once you recognize the patterns, you kind of see it being repeated over and over again. And it's also interesting if you are yourself writing fascist characters, then you definitely, you know, if you show through your work that you've done your homework, your research, and you understand the typography and the iconography, then I respect you more as an author. And the reason I came with Donna specifically is because, well, it's electricity, and the SS uniforms, it was like their symbol were two little thunderbolts. So that's why I think Donutson would be very fitting. Sounds intimidating as F, yeah, that's how it should be, no? At least if you have a fascist faction like that, they want to be seen as terrifying. Oh, you had bad back pain? No, that's hopefully it's better now. Einstein, I mean, that just means one stone essentially, and I don't know, if you read it like this, it kind of sounds lame, but of course it's linked to the famous genius Albert Einstein. Other stuff is very funny, like airborne hallucinogens or aphrodisiacs or talking brain slugs. Well, that sounds like really interesting craziness. Started smoking around 12. Ooh, that's very early. But trying to seem cool. Well, at least you're honest with it. Well, after 10 years... Oh, you quit? Nice! Congrats, Philip! I mean, I've never touched the stuff and I don't plan on doing it, but from people that I knew a lot of people who smoked, because this is Europe and I don't know what it is, but especially in France, like everyone smokes cigarettes in France. Anyway, I'm getting carried away again. It just always, it seems to be so freaking hard to quit that, and I have a massive respect for people who quit cigarettes. Oh yeah, the colony name Eros, that's a good name. Definitely. For the SS Civil War, Donutson would be perfect. Because it's a reference to the two thunderbolts. And I mean, Civil War, Zorn. Zorn is like the people are angry and there's a civil war now. I mean, that would definitely fit. Made a really cool character in my fictional story called Self the Soul Slayer. His name is Self. He's a character with really sad backstory. They get him to turn to an angel knight at the end. Ah, so someone with a broken, essentially. Oh, for a second I thought, wait, there we are, but no, unfortunately it's not like that. Oh well, let's try again. The colony of Erostius has been established, and they were really horny all the time. So what's the difference between the colony of Erostius and Earth? But yeah, sounds interesting, Amit. Like someone who went through a lot of pain and then they become an angel knight. doing my homework. I want to be accurate as F. Yeah, you definitely want to be that. And add some real life stuff and things I've made up. My SS Civil War is gonna have multiple factions and I don't want to rip off TNO with the names. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. You don't want to have a name that everyone else was using already. Yes, Eros is the... Is it the Greek god of love? I think that's... Isn't that Aphrodite? Is Eros not the god of passion? I could be wrong though. I just remember my grandmother saying to me that Aphrodite and Eros were not the same, not the gods for the same concept, but very close concepts. Yana, yesterday, remember the post I told you about? Where people were saying BS about Palestine? Yeah, I remember that. You know what? I heard them say all people who support Palestine are Muslim. Oh, so apparently I'm a Muslim now. Share the same religion? No, I don't. Like I'm an atheist. I'm even 6.9 on the atheism scale. Like I'm not religious at all. And yet I believe that they deserve to live in peace and quiet. Like I don't care what religion they have. It's just it's a genocide. That's what is the problem. You know, if you only care about if it's people dying and you say like, oh, well, are they like me? Otherwise I don't care. That's cruel. Oh, that was way too late. But that's just not empathetic at all. That's horrible. That tells me that you're a horrible person if you only care about people that are like you in belief or in how they look like or culturally. Oh god, that Twitter nonsense. Jeez. Brain rot. It's safe? Ah, okay. It's an I, not an L. Okay. Difference between Erostius and Earth is that Earth somehow manages to still be hornier even without the aphrodisiacs. Yeah? For some reason that still works out. So a meme that was basically Nazi propaganda was about how crossbreeding superior and inferior averages to a lower IQ than the superior. Oh, jeez. Yeah, every time a Nazi talks about IQ, it shows that they have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. And your zip code is a better predictor of your IQ than your ethnicity. In fact, it's a much better predictor or indicator of an IQ class. More than culture, more than anything else. The average IQ should have been 89, but by mistake got the average of 88 IQ. Very subtle. Well, I mean the average specifically is usually 100, and it gets shifted and always reevaluated to be or stay 100. But yeah, they don't know what they're talking about. They're also using phrenology, you know, something that has been discredited in academia for over 100 years now. They just essentially cherry pick what they like, which isn't a lot because science just tends to not be right-wing at all. What a coincidence, right? And they just cherry pick, like they say, look, northern countries in Europe, they have a higher average IQ than the African nations, and then they completely forget that in many African nations there's essentially no schooling system, or they're ruled by guerrilla puppet regimes, and it's full of corruption, and the kids don't even have they don't even get the same opportunity. Of course they're not gonna have a high IQ, but that doesn't mean it's because, oh look, they're all black. No, that's not what it is. It's just the circumstances, the zip code, the material conditions. Again, Marx wrote a lot about that, but You'd think they... Of course, a Nazi does not do their research, because if they did, they wouldn't be Nazis. Or maybe they're stupid, sometimes it's also that. It's where Steinhoff's faction wins and gains control of Germany. Ah, okay, in your... Yeah, I remember the names Steinhoff. Technically, they're both gods of love, but Eros is more tied to physical desire. Okay, yeah, that's what it is. Not saying you're a Muslim, but what I'm saying is you don't have to be Muslim to see that Palestinians are dying. Yeah, of course. I cared for Ukraine and I cared for Hong Kong. I cared for everyone. Yeah, I've also cared for the... In the Rwandan genocide, that was also horrible. No one really talked about that one. I don't care. The people don't have to look like me or be culturally close to me for me to care. Those are human beings. They have their own beliefs, their own desires, their own goals, their own dreams. And it doesn't matter where they are from. I don't think that we should just delete them because of some stupid nonsense. What should I call Steinhoff's Germany? SS Odenstadt Germania or Arisches Reich Germanien? Oh, jeez. I wonder if YouTube it hears me say that. I wonder what the algorithm thinks, but I think the second one, that's more like what they would call it. Or, you know what? I have another name for you. And if anyone is watching this later thing or YouTube with the algorithm, no, I'm not condoning these values. I'm definitely not doing that. F the Nazis, they suck. I hated that they're back. My grandparents are turning around in their graves as we're talking. For some reason, the Germans like saying the word Abendland, which translates to evening land, essentially, or evening country. And it's a kind of a more old way of referring to Germany. It's like a... If you say Abendland, it's also in their national hymn, national anthem. It's a like a synonym to Germany, and then you got alliterative appeal with that. At least if I read that, if I came across that term, I would say, okay, that one has done his research. Ah yes, mistakenly changed to 88. Yeah, what a coincidence, that number, right? Aphrodite is more tied to beauty and pleasure. Ah, okay, so that's the differentiation, okay. And yeah, in fact, Erebus, I mean, the Greek gods has a lot, the Greek pantheon has a lot of good names. But yeah, if you Google, I mean, I maybe don't Google Abendland, but it's a... Like the new right in Germany has co-opted that term to basically they use it for a fancier term for Germany. Nah, I'm not gonna say any more swear words in Arabic. Adam. Pff, why Adam? Ahmed. Definitely not. Why did I say Adam? I don't even know an Adam. Funny though. But yeah, I'm not gonna fall for your tricks anymore, Ahmed. Might go to Zeneroville, or no, it's not Zeneroville in... What's the name again? Is it Sutopolis? always have that German name of that town in mind because it's such a unique name. There's not a lot of towns that start with a with an X in the first place. Let's see. And now with the Mega Man music, we are currently at Mega Man 2. Was a good idea, Philip, thank you. I mean, the individual tracks are usually pretty short, and then we get to listen to a lot of bangers from the Mega Man games. Right, let's see. Oh, it's already getting 23. I wanted to at least stream for 2 hours minimum, I think. Gonna do only a couple of resets and then I'm definitely gonna proceed with the story. Right. Let's do it 2 times more and then I'm gonna go for the for Sutopolis City, and to get there, if I remember correctly, I need to go to Route 126, and then I need Dye for certain. And then after that, there's a event where you meet Steven. And then I think it's already pretty much time for the Groudon here, which, wow, that went quicker than I anticipated, honestly. That's gonna be a hard one to catch, that is for sure. Not funny because one of my Middle Eastern friends is named Adam. Yeah. I mean, it is a common name, but thinking back, I don't, like, maybe I have a couple of acquaintances who are called that, but... Abendland translates as Occident. Yeah, that's another translation, but, the Germans usually, you find that word in their national hymn, and, also some right-wing movement. Zum Frühstück, Abendessen, ich esse Chips, Beans und Sausage. Frühstück! Well, if I pronounce it as Frühstück. So Frühstück is breakfast. Abendessen is dinner. And you eat chips, beans and sausage. Oh, you Brits, I'll never understand you. I try to make you say in Arabic is the N-word in Arabic. Oh my god, the Arabians also have an N-word? Does every language have an N-word now? Can never go wrong with a bit of Mega Man, definitely. Or that or Kingdom Hearts music. I haven't... I've once tried a Kingdom Hearts game, and I just can't get over the Disney and Final Fantasy mix. I don't know. It's just... it doesn't work for me. Not saying the games are bad, but they're not for me, but I'm pretty sure that the music is good. I love debating people with name tags like Moderate Conservative 1488. I see what you did there. For those of you who don't know, and I think it's important to talk about so-called dog whistles. So a dog whistle is when you say something that is essentially... it's like a dog whistle, as in only the dog can hear it. And because the whistle is so highly pitched, you can only the dog hear it. So you can whistle you just can go at it, and only the ones who should understand it. So it's like double speak a bit. And 14 specifically, or 1-4, is a reference to And I know this is crazy because it is, the Nazis believe that there are 4 races, and the one in front of the 4 stands for the white race being superior to all the others, which is complete BS anyway, but that's what the 1-4 or the 14 stands for. And the 88, well, check what is the 8th letter in the alphabet. That's an H, and you know, HH is a very specific abbreviation, which, and here we are, which I'm not gonna say out loud because that, no, definitely not. Oh wait, I could hunt for a Magikarp here. We are at Sutopolis now. Yeah, why not? Let's try to do it really quickly. We could do both a hardy one and a square one. So I'm gonna go somewhere where there's not a lot of interference, as in annoying NPCs that turn around. Abendland means west or occident when I translate it. Yeah, it's like a multi-meaning word, essentially. Okay, turning on the SP again. Is this Pokemon Crystal Clear Ost? No, this is Mega Man Ost, like a compilation Mega Man for the NES. And right now, Mega Man 3 is playing for a while now. Like this song and the previous track, those were from Mega Man 3. Alright, let's start the hunt. Every time I read German, I do it yelling. Then the second option, but I feel like I must listen to you, you're the expert. I mean, if you don't like what I'm saying, then you're not forced to take that. It's just that it has a lot of meanings, but if you translate it literally, it means evening land. But if you look up Abendland, I mean, it has a very specific... It would make sense that that person would use that for the nation. Dog whistles are made to make you sound insane for calling them out. That as well. Because then they're gaslighting you into believing that you're overreacting, even though, you know, you're not. 14 stands for 14 words. Oh yeah, that as well. Like, it's a double meaning again. The words basically call for white ethno state. Yeah, I'm not gonna say the words out loud. It's like a double meaning. I mean, a lot of fascists employ that. It's not only the Nazis, it's just very common. Like, dog whistles are... I mean, I got called out crazy for calling out a dog whistle, but I know I'm not crazy because that is definitely a dog whistle. They're essentially designed to be, to go past the radar. Or to have enough plausible deniability to say, nah, it doesn't mean that. You're overreacting. Was a video of a Ukrainian soldier captured by Russians. Oh no. Russian soldiers were checking his phone, and the Ukrainian soldier replied with 1488 as his password. Oh, as a troll? Jeez. Imagine not having a name beginning with J. Yeah, imagine, right? Jana, did you see the movie I sent in Discord for the iconic France story Les Miserables? Anime version of 1979. Oh no, I haven't seen it yet. I mean, I've read Les Miserables. And I hate it when people say Les Miserables. No, it's Les Miserables. It's not Les Miserables. That's not how you pronounce it in French. I mean, I had to read it for French class in high school. My parents watched the musical in London. They really enjoyed it, but I'm not... Funnily enough, I do enjoy the singing. In musicals, at least, especially in Broadway production, you can find the best singers ever. Like, not only are they very talented singers, but they have to act as well, which is a separate skill in and of itself. But still, after all that, I don't know, I don't really like musicals. Yeah, I forgot the Mega Man OST was used in Crystal Clear. Oh yeah, you're right about that. It was. Yeah, you're right. You just reminded me of that fact. I genuinely cannot figure out what HH is. Okay, I'm not gonna say that loud because I refuse to. I mean, the sun sets in the west plus Guten Abend means good evening. So Abendland meaning evening land makes sense. Yeah, exactly. Guten Abend just means good evening. No, Arisches Reich Abendland doesn't make sense, at least not grammatically. HH stands for Praise Austrian Failed Painter. Yeah, basically. That's something, you know, James, you don't want to say that out loud under no circumstance whatsoever. It's not a good thing to say. Sorry if the beeping of Eontimer is annoying. Okay, I just want the golden fishy, you know. At least we got to Zootopolis now. And then maybe next week it's gonna be the Groudon then, or maybe the week after that, let's see. Hopefully, I mean tomorrow I'm gonna go and try for the Reggies again. And you know what? Tomorrow is Friday the 13th. What a good thing that I'm not superstitious. No, I want the golden carp. I say, is like the way you hate, not because you don't know how to pronounce it, but just like I'm built differently and autistically. Means Heiler's German leader with a funny mustache. Yeah. It means that. You know, like Hail Caesar, but not with Caesar. I mean, out loud in a way that's not, you know, too explicit. Didn't see that human name. Yeah, he was quick. Jason Voorhees is coming back tomorrow. I don't know who that is. Oh wait, that Jason from Friday night. Oh, my bad. Oh, wait. Eontimer? That was like only 5 pings. Or am I wrong? Oh well. It's only 16 seconds. Crazy how Friday 13th and 9/11 anniversary are in the same week. Yeah, sometimes coincidences like that happen. Hail Caesar, nah, we say Ave true to Caesar in his house, okay? Alright. Nazis literally stole the Roman salute, yes. And most stuff like the swastika, it means peace, prosperity, and good fortune. Yeah, they stole that from... I mean... That's what's being called co-opting something. And the... fascists have been doing that since forever. They also co-opted some Nordic, some Celtic imagery, which unfortunately now, if you really like these symbols, can't go around tattooing them on you because then people think you're a right-wing Nazi. Okay, that's maybe redundant saying a right-wing Nazi, but you get the point. Come on, no shinies? Can't have an episode with no shinies. At least no new ones. What a shame that would be. But yeah, can't really, like now if you say no, it wasn't the HH thing, it was the Roman salute, that's a dog whistle. That's just what they do, they play around with words and with meanings, with references. Is the Iron Cross facet? I mean, it is now co-opted, and if I see the Iron Cross on your car, I assume you're not the most tolerant kind of person, to keep it very kind. Hey there, Kite, welcome back to the stream, how you doing? Reached Sutopolis City, tried to go for a shiny Relicanth. That one didn't want to appear, unfortunately. We need classic ball spam. Classic isn't here, so we can't do the ball spam now. Kind of want to keep Ursa Minor a teddy bear. I prefer Teddy Ursa over Ursa Ring. Yeah, you say that, Kinox, with the way the Nazis were socialists, but like people literally think the Nazis were left-wing. Like, no. Yeah, National Socialists are as much of socialists as the People's Republic of Korea is a People's Republic, which it isn't. It's not a republic and it's not by the people. Like, they can just call themselves whatever they want. But if you check what the Nazis did with the massive privatization of entire industries, like that's the opposite of left-leaning policies. We need ball spam. Emo Kid wants ball spam. Haven't even tossed a single ball yet. Aren hezi helvitis nasistar. Sjala okara mentan skulu ter lera. Okara tungumal. Nasistar breni helviti. I hope I didn't say anything too bad. Why did I just read that out loud without knowing what it says? That's stupid. Don't be stupid like me. Oh, sorry, I missed something. Let me see, where is it? That 16 second reset. You know what? I think I'm gonna go for the square one first. Usually I get that one quicker. Right, so you said I made a really amazing weapon for the Duke character in my fictional story. It's a curved long samurai sword that has a hole in its handle. You can put a spear in it to turn it into a scythe. Ah, so it's kind of a build another weapon kind of weapon. Wasn't fascism born from socialism? They wish you'd think like that, but no. Mussolini got inspired. I mean, he says that, but what he really got inspired from was authoritarianism. And I think, I mean, that is debatable, but I think that fascism has existed before Mussolini. At least I think so. It just wasn't coined fascism. You just said Nazis burn in hell. Very good. I wonder how my pronunciation was. Right, that's not a shiny. Filling in for classic in their absence. Ball. That's also a very recent thing. Like, I don't think he has done that like a lot of times. Just the last 3 or 4 he has done that with the ball spam. joke is that Nazis can't understand languages closest to Old Norse. But yeah, it's they like you to believe that it's socialism, but I mean it has absolutely nothing to do with socialism. It's kind of the opposite. There's no collective ownership of the means of production by the workers. Something like that did not happen under any Nazi or fascist regime. In fact, they did the opposite. They privatized everything, which is exactly what communists or socialists say is horrible. For some reason, my hair always smells like apple juice. Don't wash your hair with apple juice. Fascism is just an evolution of old authoritarian beliefs. Yeah, that's how I see it. I mean, if you want to get really specific, fascism has its European roots in the Roman Empire. Yeah, that's essentially what I'm trying to get at. If you're already having a political discussion, I think it's essentially... I mean... they already had a lot of things that Mussolini did, or just modern fascists do. You already had that in the Roman Empire, at least to a specific extent, not one-to-one. But you know, a lot of scholars or academics, they really are very vigilant with the idea that fascism got invented by Mussolini in Italy, which I think that can definitely be debated. Yes, human name is fairies, and so am I, at least by 1% at the most. Yeah, and he's also the first fairies person I met, basically. Never talked to anyone else from there, and like it's like Luxembourg, a really small nation with not a lot of people. Thank you, we plagiarized, I mean, remade the Norwegian flag. Yeah, that was interesting to know as well. Even though it's a Danish occupied, Danish occupied territory, or at least it is under the Danish crown rule, if I understood it correctly. Genotypically speaking, the Faroese Islands are more Norwegian, which I was not aware of, but now I know. I mean, I think Mussolini created a lot of the more modern fascist beliefs. Yeah, that definitely, that I agree with you. But I don't really agree with academics saying that he invented it, or that he was the creator of it. It's just like, I don't know, tidbits of that ideology already existed before. So cool that we have people from not well-known countries. We just need people from Liechtenstein, yeah, San Marino and the Vatican City. I doubt that people from the Vatican City are gonna watch my streams. Liechtenstein, oh geez, I was there once. It's even smaller than Luxembourg, which is crazy to me. San Marino as well, really small. I never was there once. Went to Monaco a couple of times, that was nice. I never saw so many Rolls Royces in my life. I mean, in Monaco you see multiple. To give proof that fascists have origins in Rome, fascism originates from the word fascis, which was a bundle of sticks transformed to a weapon of sorts, which was often used to represent a Roman magistrate's imperial power. Oh, is that true? If that is the case, then I learned something new. I never really, I don't think I remember getting into the etymology of the word. Let's get the Pope watching the streams, and then he can bless RNGesus and me for good luck. The Pope is definitely lurking here. I see you, Pope. Hey Pope, you have a lot of money. Don't you want to donate something? You can, I'll let you talk about Jesus for a while and then just drop the cash, you know? Like a Jesus fee. Totally good. Man, I love geography. Yeah, it's very interesting. Thinking of making a video on YouTube called Why World is Doomed. If it keeps like this, where we talk about humanity's problems. I mean, you can do that, but it is a very complex topic, so there's a lot of reasons why the world is not, well, doomed. Well, yeah, we're very close, I would say, unfortunately, but maybe we can kind of dig ourselves out of this. At least, if we want to survive, we have to. I've been to Liechtenstein and you can see the entire country if you get on top of a hill. Yeah, same with Andorra, also very small country that is between Spain and France. And it's really small, it's like half of Luxembourg, even if it isn't even is that. And you can just almost see the entirety of the country from a hill. No wonder Mussolini used an axe. Oh, his execution, like if you read that on Wikipedia, that's just so freaking morbid. Really creepy what they did with his, I mean, understandable, because he ruined so many lives. I mean, that's a horrible person, Mussolini, right? Different Nordic flags symbolize glottal equality, not global. One cross means glottally inferior, whilst two crosses means glottally superior. I remember the cross standing for something, but I forgot which or what it basically stands for. I mean, Finland, Sweden, and Norway, they essentially have the same cross, it's just different colors. Have this friend I met in the army, he's from Uganda. Oh, okay, interesting. He was surprised I knew Uganda and its capital, Kampala. He thought I went because I knew the country. Yeah, I get it. I got that reaction from some people from Africa as well, because I knew where the country was and they were surprised. And then they asked, oh, were you there? No, I never set foot into Africa. I just like you, I kind of like looking at a globe or just maps and learning about other countries. In these regards, Mussolini definitely invented fascism, as the term is very much purely Italian. Yeah, that is true. But just the general motive of fascism, or just the modus operandi, I think that's older than Mussolini. But yeah, he basically remodernized it. It's also difficult to recognize him without turning the history books upside down. Yeah, he got hung up upside down, which... oh well, no pity for someone like that. Crazily enough, I would definitely say that out of all the fascist leaders, Mussolini probably was the most inspired by socialism. Yeah, that is true. He was a member of the Italian Socialist Party, but he just got radicalized in in the opposite direction, which can happen. Sorry about that. Forgot to say I started confirmation classes. What is that? Not aware of what that is. Europe, here I come, no country is safe from my eating, visiting and drinking spree. Well, in the Netherlands I would suggest you not drink so much, but maybe do something else. If you get it, wink wink. Including nationalism such and socialism is inherently against socialism, as socialism has no nationality or race by definition. Yeah, the term is essentially a oxymoron. Because these two ideologies are literally opposed. Like, they are not unitable. It's like the Communist Party of China. They're not really communists, they're state capitalists, which... Why are... Like, just the irony that people don't get from being called a communist state when communists usually want the abolition of a state. Like, most communists that I talk to, they hate the state. They don't like the state. They don't want a state. They think that the state is eventually going, or the government is eventually going to go and basically act in the class interest of the ruling class again, and that it needs, at one point, needs to be abolished. And then, of course, for example, a anarcho-syndicalist would suggest doing it as a, like, many syndicates acting together. Well, there's a lot of things that you could put, or just next step, there's a lot of literature about it as well. But yeah, communists and state, that's like usually only Bolsheviks or like tankies, they would be okay with that, but all the libertarian left-leaning people that I know, they're like, no, I don't want a state. That should be abolished. I've only done one lesson, but they're the most boring things ever. What is it then? Like, I literally don't know what that is. Yes, political start was basically just beating up socialists. I always wonder if he got into it to infiltrate them or just let out his anger. Was ultimately expelled from the Italian Socialist Party for those reasons. Yeah, you don't want to have someone in your party who beats the crap out of you. It's a Christian thing. Ah, that kind of confirmation class. Okay, now I understand. Like in French, confirmation, okay. I can taste the German and Luxembourgish beer already. Can't really say if it's good, apparently it is. Most communists, I mean, anarcho-communists is just a very specific branch of communists. But yeah, most communists are not fans of the government, definitely not. Basically just means you can receive the body and blood of Christ rather than just receiving a blessing. Yeah, basically Sunday school, right? Anarcho-communism. There's a reason why some people call Stalin a fascist, because he had a lot of these fascist beliefs, as in authoritarian power and communist in one nation, which is once again not socialist. Yeah, and again a paradox. But yeah, definitely in the authoritarian. I mean, I'm against authoritarianism by itself because I think it always collapses into itself. Does anyone remember Chaz? Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone? What was that again? Remind me. Mussolini's father was a famous socialist in Italy, I believe. Oh, he's turning in his grave quicker than a neutron star. Poor man. Catholic thing specifically, I believe, confirmation. Yeah, I mean, we have that in Luxembourg as well. But I didn't go through that. I want to go to Oktoberfest, I'd love that. I want to dress in those German overall hat outfits and drink a glass boot of beer. Or it's like super expensive and it's filled with drunk idiots. But I do like, I really do like dirndls. I think these dresses, I think they look amazing. And I think with just the way I look, I would wear them well, but like, when should I ever wear them? I never go to Oktoberfest. Like, I don't even drink a single drop of alcohol. Not to mention that Mussolini's reasons for revolting were not to save workers from rich upper class or aristocracy, but to commandeer the state because of the disaster that was the treaties after World War I, where Italy was cheated out of rightful conquest. Yes, exactly. Thank you for putting it so loquaciously. But yeah, that's essentially, I mean, they were revolting, but not against the rich upper class, so is it really a revolt then? As in, yes, but not like a socialist or a communist would approve. I know how to drink, don't worry. Yeah, I think I'd be the designated driver then, because no way I'm gonna be there and drink. Random question, how are there banned forms of torture when technically all forms of torture are illegal? I think because some of them are, like, they're not only illegal, they're banned from the Geneva Convention, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. This is YouTube after all, I can still be wrong. Take this with a grain of salt, but there's just some that are even more shocking than others, I assume. My ideology is grilling in parliamentarianism. Just want to grill in the parliament. Interesting outlook there. Alright, let's see if this will yield me a shiny. If not, that was a... I mean, from the discussants... Oh god, that was stupid. That was a bit too late. And with a bit, I mean quite a bit too late. Yeah. And every fascist... Okay, I'm gonna just do another one, because this was so bad. We did have very interesting discussions today, though. Every fascist after Mussolini was progressively less socialist. I mean, look at Hitler and Francisco Franco, who literally slaughtered hundreds of thousands of socialists. Yeah. Because they were considered even more impure and evil than non-whites. I mean, yeah, they put communists and socialists in concentration camps. They were slaughtered by the masses. Like force feeding and butt feeding are banned. I'm glad that is banned. I don't know, that is like an extra wrong. Torture's already wrong, but this is just extra wrong. Chaz was a failed anarcho-communist state in Seattle, an anti-police state, and sadly people died. Oh yeah, that was that one. Yeah, that's the problem of anarcho-communist states. What do you do if you get attacked? That's unfortunately the problem. Alright, so this was unfortunately an episode with no wild shinies. But still, I had some very good discussions and learned some new things as well. And I got some refreshments in terms of political history, which is also very nice. And yeah, as always, thank you so much for being part of the stream. Tomorrow I'm gonna go at the Reggies again. Yeah, no shiny, unfortunately. But, I mean, there's always the next week where I'm gonna go at it again. And yeah, see you tomorrow for the Reggies on Friday the 13th. So, until then, have a good one, goodbye, and good night.